Jarritos.
Can I get an elote too?
Yeah. And
Should I get enchiladas? Oh no, we're gonna go to your mom's tomorrow.
I'll just get a rice and bean plate.
And guacamole and chips and salsa and elote. Because I'm clearly skinny and eating my weight in Mexican food. We're at El Nopalito. I think we're in just outside of San Diego, which is, for those people who don't know, really close to Mexico. And you know you're in a good Mexican diner, eatery, restaurant when they have Spanish playing in the back, Spanish music, Mexican music, Spanish music. You have soccer game going. You have some murals painted on the wall. My dad is from Guanajuato, or specifically San Miguel de Allende, and my mom is from Puerto Rico. Actually, Mexicans and Puerto Ricans do not get along, but my mom worked her magic. So my dad's a hard worker and my mom has an attitude, which is how I ended up. Cheers. You've never had horchata, you've never lived life. It's basically rice water, carb water, and it's so good. It's sweet, but there is something to be said about like going out and like going to networking events or like getting an opportunity to speak.
Honestly, well, if that's the case, I feel like even before you can even want to like start speaking, I think that you need to find like networking groups.
Yeah.
Groups where
I remember my first speaking
entrepreneurs
event.
are getting together. How did it even come? How did they even invite you? Or maybe booked you? Shoot, I don't even know how it happened.
Well, when you say book, that usually connotates money. I didn't get paid for a long time.
All right, actually, that's even better.
While we're waiting for our food, let's chat about the very first speaking event. At the time, I was trying to build my business and I was using a blog and I was connecting with people and I was literally writing about what I was learning. The blog wasn't educational in that, let me teach you something. It was educational, be like, this is what I learned, maybe it'll help you. And so I just started blogging about everything. So this predates, like my blog predates before, I was blogging before Twitter, before Facebook even existed. Does that make me sound old?
No.
I think it makes me sound old. I'm old.
It is what it is.
Back before Twitter. Anyway, I was blogging and I was just sharing my journey, talking about how I was trying to start a business. And then lo and behold, other people just randomly discovered the blog and they would start leaving comments and we started connecting. And I blogged probably every day for a year and a half. And there was this small photography group. They're like, oh, we have 60 people who meet every month. Like, will you come down and talk to us about how to build a business using a blog? And I was nervous and I said, okay, I reluctantly agreed, but I was like, okay, we'll go. So I wrangled JD to come with me. We drove down here. I was a nervous wreck. I had never spoken anywhere. And when I show up, there's like 16 people, not 60. So I stood up in front of the 16 people and I just shared what I knew. And I'm so thankful for that experience because that's this thing that has stuck with me all these years later. Like one time I spoke recently and I got up to stage and a guy came up to me and he was just like, I just want you to know that you don't look or sound like a trained speaker. And I was like, thank you. But he said what we saw was you. Like the person standing in front of us was a real person just sharing what she knew. And I was like, you know what? That's a freaking compliment. I'm not a trained speaker. I'm not a professional speaker. I'm just a hustler and I share what I know. So from the very first speaking event to event that would happen super recent, I'm still just standing up sharing what I know. Probably looking like a hot mess, but I'm having fun, connecting with people and kind of being a champion for the underdogs, people who are underfunded, underprepared, underqualified. It's all good. If you show up, let your voice be heard and share what you know, magic happens.